Watch Chief Meteorologist Ross Janssen on KWCH 12 Eyewitness News. This is KWCH 12 Eyewitness News at 10.
From 70s to 30s in just 24 hours, plus wind chills that make it feel even colder.
That's what you'll be dealing with tomorrow as many of you head off to work and school. Near freezing temperatures. Ross is in the Storm Team 12 Storm Center, and Ross, those changes are already underway right now.
Yeah, Mike and Melissa, we see all that cold air pouring into Kansas tonight, and as you get ready to leave the house in the morning, wind chills in the teens. Yes, we are not kidding around. Even in October, we can see these kinds of numbers, and that cold Canadian air continues to move our way tonight. This is what you're likely going to find as you leave the house first thing in the morning. 15 degrees in Colby, 18 in Hill City, looking at 20 in Hayes, 19 in Great Bend. Look at Wichita, going to feel like 23 degrees in the morning, 21 in Newton. So extra layers coming in mighty handy first thing in the morning. 37 is what it is right now in Goodland, 34 in Colby. We've got 42 in Hayes, 46 in Salina, 45 in Newton. We're just below 50 degrees here in Wichita. We do expect to see a hard freeze in western Kansas early tomorrow morning. Now Salina, Hutchinson, Wichita, on into eastern Kansas, that hard freeze will likely come Saturday morning. It will be quite chilly over most of Kansas, and this is what we're expecting. First thing in the morning, 36. That'll be the air temperature in Wichita. 39 degrees by 10 o'clock in the morning. We'll hit the lunch hour with sunny skies, but not warming up much, just 42. So when will the wind go down, and what can we expect for the upcoming weekend? I'll be back with the rest of your forecast later on.
Thank you, Ross. Exclusive Skyhawk 12 video captures a wind-driven fire burning through a salvage yard in Sedgwick. And take a look at this video. You can see dozens of cars destroyed by the fires. Crews spent hours fighting the flames. Trevor Macy spent the evening there and brings us an update from the scene.
This is what remains of a building that sat at the Sedgwick salvage yard here. It's much quieter than it was earlier this afternoon. Crews are still keeping an eye on some hot spots, making sure there are no flare-ups, but overall the situation is under control after hours of battling an intense fire and some very strong Kansas winds. When Eyewitness News arrived on scene in Sedgwick, crews were still battling heavy fire in the salvage yard. The strong wind gusts making that fight even harder.
Obviously, high winds like we're experiencing today make the fire spread faster and also creates potential for the wind-driven fire to go places that it normally wouldn't go. So it really does make things a lot harder for the firefighters.
Newton Fire Chief Scott Metzler says what started as a grass fire quickly spread into the salvage yard, fueled by the winds. When fire crews arrived, he says all of the nearly 50 cars in the yard were engulfed in flames.
Like sounded like a bomb.
Leanna Hodo lives across the street from the salvage yard. She and her family heard explosions as the fire spread.
I was in the house when I heard the first one, and then I came out and I was like, was that an explosion? And my daughter's like, yeah.
As the cars burned, thick smoke poured into the air, causing concern from many who could see it for miles. After more than 2 hours, crews were able to get the fire under control. No one was hurt, and the damage stayed contained within the salvage yard.
I'm proud of our firefighters. The crews from all of the communities worked very hard and well in tandem with one another, and I'm very impressed with the performance they did here today.
The fire chief says the cause of the initial grass fire that led to the fire here at the salvage yard has yet to be determined.
A man cleans out his fire pit and ends up sparking a large grass fire, this one in Butler County. The sheriff says a man was driving to a landfill with the debris when it rekindled and caught grass on fire as he drove. Fire crews say flames burned along Southwest 40th Avenue between Ohio and Boyer Road. They did contain the fire, but are still on scene putting out hot spots.
With trunk or treat events, high school football, and much more coming up this weekend, you can get an hour-by-hour forecast wherever you are. Download the Storm Team 12 app to stay on top of the temperature changes.
A man on death row convicted of torturing and murdering an Ark City woman will appeal his sentence tomorrow. Justin Thurber was sentenced to death in 2009 for the murder of Jody Sanderholm. She was kidnapped, tortured, and murdered. Her family will be in Topeka tomorrow for the appeal.
Wichita police officers search for two men who broke into a woman's home Wednesday night, tied her up, and beat her. The break-in and assault happened around 10 o'clock near South Waco and West Zimmerly. 64-year-old Ruth Presley says she got home from work and remembers hearing dogs barking. Not thinking something might be wrong, she went inside her home and found two men.
They grabbed me and I said, "No, don't. Leave me alone. Just go, leave." And I said, "Jesus, help me, help me."
She says the men forced her into a back bedroom, tied her up, beat her, and stole more than $1,000 in cash. Her eye is swollen shut from the beating. The National Archives released thousands of previously secret files on the 1963 assassination of President John F. Kennedy. Some of those documents include details of the U.S. government's efforts to overthrow the Castro regime in the 60s and 70s, as well as Castro's to a visiting congressional committee that he had anything to do with Kennedy's assassination. But hundreds more are being held back for another 6 months at the request of the CIA and the FBI, citing national security concerns.
President Trump declares a public health emergency to fight the nation's opioid epidemic. More than 170 Americans die each day from drug overdoses.
We owe it to our children and to our country to do everything in our power to address this national shame and this human tragedy.
The declaration will streamline access to addiction treatment. Financing comes from the Public Health Emergency Fund, which right now has a balance of only $56,000. The federal government estimating combating this crisis costs about $75 billion per year. The president still needs a Health and Human Services Secretary, a drug czar, and an administrator for the Drug Enforcement Agency. We did want to take a closer look at what's happening right here in Kansas.
One treatment center here says about a third of its patients now have opioid addictions. Angela Monroe talked to them and also has a look at where the most opioids are prescribed in Kansas.
Melissa, Mike, that's why this map of the Centers of Disease Control, which shows how often opioids, that's narcotic painkillers, are prescribed. Now, you can see that Kansas is basically a checkerboard here. Now, of all the counties in Kansas that has the highest rate being prescribed right now, that is Pratt County, Kansas. Now, a little further north, one of the other high ones is Saline. Local treatment centers told me there's been a steep increase this decade.
When someone passes away with us, we hang a cup with a black ribbon in their honor. And I can say for these anyway, opiates had something to do with it.
These black ribbons are a reminder of the deadly effects of the opioid crisis.
We are seeing an increase across all of our locations here in Kansas with patients that are admitting with the problem of opiates. We're also seeing younger patients admitting into treatment.
Valley Hope is a group of nonprofit addiction treatment centers headquartered in Kansas. Listen to this increase. Valley Hope saw 12% of patients admitted from opiate addiction in 2007. In 2016, it was up to 29%.
So many times we go to have a minor dental procedure done and we get narcotics when it's really not needed. The United States is #1 in prescribing narcotics in the world.
And addiction counselors tell us many people then turn to illegal drugs.
And heroin is something that's coming around because it is becoming more available when the doctors and pharmacies are cracking down on giving out those medications. We're going to see heroin more and more in this area.
I asked what President Trump's public health emergency declaration will mean for the crisis.
I feel that just bringing it to, light and bringing awareness to the situation is going to help.
Now, the timing of this is also fitting. Saturday is National Drug Take-Back Day, and there are events across the state, including a drug drop-off that's held by the Wichita Police Department. That is going to be Saturday. They say you can bring your pills to the Sedgwick County Zoo. It'll be from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m.
All right, thanks, Angela. A Kansas leader one step closer to the U.S. Capitol. The role Sam Brownback hopes to serve in the president's administration.
And a former State House staffer speaks up about harassment, how she says teens are being taken advantage of.
New at 10, we don't normally deliver weather umbrellas in person, but after getting an email about what it meant for one family to win, we had to meet them face to face. That Kansas Proud story coming up on Eyewitness News at 10.
Expect more from KWCH 12. This is Eyewitness News at 10. Online at KWCH.com. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter. Eyewitness News at 10, Kansas's #1 newscast.
Kansas Governor Sam Brownback a step closer to serving in the State Department. Today he tweeted at members of the Senate Foreign Relations Committee, thanking them for signing off on his nomination for Ambassador at Large for Religious Freedom. Brownback appeared before the committee earlier this month to answer questions about what he would do to fight for religious freedom worldwide. The full Senate needs to approve his nomination before it can be confirmed. No word yet on when that vote could take place.
A former chief of staff in the Kansas State House accuses lawmakers of sexual harassment. Abby Hodgson worked for the former House Minority Leader. She oversaw legislative interns and says on numerous occasions, male lawmakers asked underage female interns to be their sober drivers after a night of drinking. Hodgson says she took her concerns to House leaders, but says they did nothing.
They were very aggressive with me verbally. I was told that it was none of my business, that they could do anything that they wanted, and that they were accountable to no one but the voters.
State government does have a sexual harassment policy. It says sexual harassment of any legislative employee will not be tolerated. We also have a statement from Representative Jim Ward regarding sexual harassment on KWCH.com.
All right, Ross, when we wake up tomorrow, it's going to feel a little different, right?
It's going to be a lot different than it was today for sure. That wind is still gusty out there tonight, and it's just pumping that cold air right down into Kansas. Look at the highs that we had today, and this is going to look mighty warm compared to what's coming up going into the weekend. 68 in Great Bend, 72 in Salina. We had 73 in Wichita today. A sneak peek at your forecast tomorrow. Sunshine, chilly, and windy, but will we get rid of the wind in time for the weekend? Stay with us. Your forecast is next.
Now, your accurate Storm Team 12 forecast.
Well, to say that we're going to have a change in Kansas weather might be a bit of an understatement. Look at Hayes after having 84 degrees yesterday. Tomorrow morning, waking up to a temperature of 26. That is a 58-degree drop in just a matter of a couple of days. Dodge City had 83 yesterday, waking up to 28 tomorrow. A 55-degree temperature drop, all because of the cold front that came through earlier today. Now, the wind, which gusted over 50 miles per hour earlier today, stays gusty through the rest of the night. Tomorrow, 6 a.m., we're looking at northwest winds up around 15 to 20 miles per hour. They'll actually get a little bit stronger as we approach midday, up around 20 miles per hour, and they'll stay gusty all afternoon long. It's not until sunset tomorrow evening that the winds begin to back off out of the northwest, and by this time tomorrow night, most of Kansas will have light winds, clear skies, and another possibility of freeze on the way. In fact, it's pretty likely that we'll have our Saturday morning statewide. The temperatures that we're looking at for your Friday afternoon, these are the highs, not the lows. Looks like mostly mid-40s across Kansas, which is well below normal for this time of the year. Now, our future track shows there is a batch of clouds out there tonight. They're not producing anything in terms of rain or snow, and most of that should be moving out by early tomorrow morning. So we do expect to have sunshine tomorrow. Gusty winds will continue. High pressure comes in for tomorrow night. That will calm the winds down, but it also sets us up for a cold start to the day on Saturday. And then as we work our way towards Saturday afternoon, looks like we're going to have a lot of sunshine across Kansas, but temperatures will stay on the chilly side of things across the Central Plains. If you're headed to Lawrence this weekend, we have the big Sunflower Showdown. K-State and KU will kick off with a temperature of about 45 degrees, 43 by the end of the game. But maybe the best news of all, well, there won't be any weather delays this weekend, and the winds are expected to be calming down as we head toward the afternoon. So some chilly conditions, but it looks like the winds will be calming down. Outside in Wichita right now on Capitol Federal Skycam 12, we do have partly cloudy skies. Our 11 o'clock temperature now at 47. North winds are still at 25 miles per hour, and they're going to continue to be gusty through the rest of the night. Low temperatures. This is not normally a map we would show you in October, but it's reality for tonight. 26 in Hayes, 28 in Dodge City, 32 for Hutch, down to 35 in Wichita. Western Kansas for tomorrow. Despite the sunshine, you don't get out of the 40s. 46 in Smith Center, 47 in Larned, looking at 46 in Scott City with lots of sunshine, but those gusty winds will continue. Now, Concordia, Salina, Marion, all expected to have 46 tomorrow with 48 in Eureka, 47 in Great Bend. A few clouds in the afternoon, but stiff north winds continue. Wichita looking at highs tomorrow that will be in the mid-40s, 46 in El Dorado, 48 for Wellington. A few clouds, strong north winds, well below normal for this time in October. Our 7-day forecast as we head into the weekend. Saturday looking at 53 degrees, and there's a pretty good possibility that most of us are going to wake up to morning lows in the 20s. Afternoon temperatures will actually get back into the 50s, and as we look ahead to Sunday, 66. Halloween right now looks dry, but it will be rather chilly, and something that's exclusive to this 10 o'clock broadcast from here on out, we're stretching our 7-day forecast out to 10 days. Yes, that's right. You get a look at 2 weekends in a row. Looks like this weekend and next weekend, both shaping up to be dry. Your Hatchet Hyundai Buick GMC Weather Umbrella winner for this evening is Roger Criley from Plainville. Don't forget, you can sign up at KWCH.com.
Just blew Melissa's mind with the 10-day forecast
10 days,
there.
both
She can't even talk
weekends?
now.
Whew. All right, so for more than 30 years, we've been giving away weather umbrellas. Like you just saw last night, we gave one away to this man.
Typically, people come here to get them here at the station, or we send them in the mail, but not for last night's winner. We found out later this was a very special umbrella, so we sent Jacob Albracht to hand deliver it.
Your Hatchet Hyundai Buick GMC weather umbrella winner tonight is David Ubin from Wichita.
His name came up and I was just speechless.
Married 44 years, Cindy Ubin and her husband David always watch the news, and it's become a recent hobby of David's to try and win a Storm Team 12 weather umbrella.
He finally won. He'd been talking about wanting to win the umbrella for quite some time.
David died on October 9th, suddenly and unexpectedly.
Lots of highs, lots of lows, lots of friends have come forward, so.
Thanks to a very kind email from Cindy's daughter Emily, we realized we were one of those friends Wednesday night.
Something so simple and something we had talked about and joked about. It was just a nice smile, a nice laugh.
In hopes of making more smiles, we decided a special hand delivery was the only acceptable way to bring the Ubins their umbrella, signed by all of our KWCH family. What do you think if he was sitting right here, he'd be saying to you right now?
It's about time. That's what he would say.
More laughs and some tears, and an honor for us to meet a loyal member of our extended family. So Cindy, Stacy, Emily. Nice to meet you guys. Well, finally, a handwritten note from Cindy's favorite.
Dear Cindy, congrats on the weather umbrella and hope you get to use it someday when it's not so windy in Kansas. Thanks for watching Ross Janssen. Oh my. Thanks, Ross.
Now here's another really cool part of this. Nobody's winning umbrella graphic will ever look like David's again. Of course, we've switched to our new graphics tonight. Pretty special for David. Now, Cindy and her daughters were so gracious to allow us into their home tonight. They have no doubt that David was pulling some strings on this one to give them a little joy when he knew they needed it most.
I like how they said, about time.
About
That's what
time.
he
We've
would
heard
say.
that before, right?
Oh, yeah, we get it all the time.
That was really good, Jacob.
Yeah. Thanks, Jacob. We'll be right back.
A group of immunization experts who advised the CDC approve a new vaccine to treat shingles in adults over 50. GlaxoSmithKline makes the new drug called Shingrix. The advisory committee approved Shingrix Wednesday and said it works better than a current vaccine. The FDA also approved the new vaccine last week.
Today, Twitter admits it did overstate user numbers for the past 3 years. The company says it mistakenly included a segment of users from third-party apps in its calculations. Twitter now saying it has about 330 million users worldwide. The company also announced, though, it may be profitable for the first time in its 4 years as a publicly traded company. That news shot stock up 11% as trading opened on Wall Street.
Regal Cinemas plans to test surge pricing for movies at certain theaters starting here. That means you'll pay higher ticket prices for hit movies and less for flops. Movies playing at less popular times during the day would also cost less. Regal partnered with online ticket service and app Atom Tickets to test the program. If it works, the new give theater shares of Regal, AMC, Cinemark, and big screen operator IMAX have all fallen this year because of poor box office sales.
Now I'll let you add multiple stops on a single trip. Uber customers can add separate stops. Users will be able to make changes in the middle of their trip and add or remove stops in real time. The new feature rolled out today. Anyone with the app should see the change automatically updated. We'll be right back with sports.
Watch Melissa Scheffler on KWCH 12 Eyewitness News. KWCH 12 Eyewitness Sports.
Good evening, everyone. The stakes are high across the state for Trinity and Collegiate. The scenario is simple. Winner keeps playing, the loser's season is over, and Trinity has never advanced into the playoffs. Even more at stake tonight as we head to the Class 4A Division II District 5. Huge play in the first quarter. Scoreless here, Cody McNerney keeps it himself, steps over the pile, breaks free for nearly 70 yards. He's chased down by Trinity's quarterback, Sam Harden, at the 1-yard line. So he won't get the touchdown, but his running back, Grant Morrow, will. He punches it in from the 1. Collegiate beats Trinity 42-14. Class 3A District 10, Cheney taking on Garden Plain. Battle of the Birds, Owls facing the Cards. First half, Matthew Pauly rolling left, fires downfield to Drew Wilson. Wilson hits the brakes, lets the defender fly on, and he's in the clear. Wilson rumbles into the end zone. Garden Plain takes the 6-0 lead. They'll hold on to win this one 18-13. Amazing thing here, Cheney lost the game, but they still make the playoffs. Garden Plain wins the game. Their season is over. It came down to points. Cheney's 13 points pushed them into the postseason. To 3A District 15, Larned hosting Ellsworth. Indian senior quarterback Carson Smith breaks free for 30 yards to open up Larned's first scoring drive. Anthony McConnell caps things off with a brisk 22-yard touchdown run to give Larned the 8-0 lead in the first. They'll go on to win this one 50-0. Our last stop of the night in football is 8-man football. Santanta taking on South Gray. Indians senior Ty Blair bullies his way through the line nearly untouched. He had 3 touchdowns in this game. Santanta wins this one 46-36 over favorite South Gray. Ness City advanced to the playoffs based on points. We now know who's heading to state from nearly every soccer regional in Kansas. Here are just a few of the highlights. First, in Class 6A. 4-seed Campus taking on 5-seed Wichita North. A strong North win playing havoc on these games tonight. Second period, North on the top 1-0, trying to add more, but Campus's goalie clearly rejects that one, knocks it out of bounds. Well worth another look. He was under heavy fire the entire second period. North wins it 2-1. They are your regional champs. Same regional, 7-seed East taking on 2-seed Dodge City. 50-mile-an-hour wind gusts in western Kansas. The goalie having trouble here with the kickoff from the goal line. Incredible, but later on, same wind helps the Red Demons. It's a free kick right there, and he nails it. David Beckham would be proud on that one. Red Demons win it 3-1. To 5A, 5-seed Mays South and 4-seed Capon, the Maverick midfield, help get into scoring position as senior Nathan just misses the backside of the goal. The Crusaders had more attacks in this game, including this one from Jack Barrier. He finds Cody Benedict for the goal, but it was offsides. Cheer up, Capon, though. Don't worry, you win tonight, 2-1, and it's the 5A quarterfinals. Same regional, 8-seed Mays taking on top seed Eisenhower. This is how you celebrate when you are district champs. Mays gets a goal with 7 minutes to play in the game, and that's all they would need. The Eagles are lifting hardware, and their teammate Mays wins their regional championship 1-0 over Eisenhower. And lastly, to Class 4 through 1A, 8-seed Berean Academy taking on Dover Central. This game was scoreless at halftime as the Jaguars battled the wind in the first half. Andover Central had several chances, but only get 1 goal tonight from Leighton Harper, and it was enough to win 1-0 to advance to the 4 through 1A quarterfinals. Head to KWCH.com to see all of the highlights from tonight's football and soccer playoff games. Plus, check out the updated brackets to see where your team will be playing next week. We'll be back with more after this.
All right, thanks for staying up with us late tonight. We'll see you back here tomorrow. Have a great night.
For the latest news and weather, download the KWCH 12 News app.